Hey guys, it's Jason here with another trading video. Today I'm going to be doing my video on ticker symbol ARCT and Btbt. I'm going to do my first recap on a trade I took today on ARCT. I got in on the long side. This isn't really a recent, top gainer. It just was a top gainer today because it had great news out. Let's see. I'll go here to FinViz. Has a 20 million share float, but it had recent coronavirus news out. So it's a big news article or whatever. So, and it's a low floater. So it's it's a stock that you need to keep on your watch list. I got in here. It was a recent, top gainer this morning, but let's see. See, it came up and hit this level right here. It kept hitting it, and when it broke out of the daily high, I did a buy stop order because it just looked like it had some momentum, had great news. It was a low floater. If it broke the day's high, I figured it would have room to go higher. It was near the end of the day, and it looked like it was gaining steam. The VWAP was curving up a little bit. It was holding pretty well, and it and yesterday it somewhat kind of showed a little bit of strength, but it had news today out, so I figured it would have more momentum. I got, let's see, I'll go to the 1 minute. I got on here at this break, and I really like this stock because it wasn't too volatile. Like if it started to break out and it reverted and it slammed back down, it looked like I would have enough time to get out with minimal damage, minimal losses. So I did buy stop order right here. Right here. So I bought in here and I sold here. I got in at $47.90 right down here, and up here I got out at $50.62. Right as it's starting to lose steam, I got out. I got out on this candle, 50.62. I got in down here, but then it popped up a little bit more, and then I'm like, should I have gotten out? But it started, coming back down. It started, the price action started to really spike real fast, and when I see some crazy stuff like that, when it going up real fast and it going down real fast, and a lot of the battle between the buyers and sellers, that could be a a resistance area, and possibly I need to get out for a gain, which was great. I got out for a pretty good gain, $269. I was in this trade a total of 8 minutes, which is really good. I got in here, then I got out here. What kind of sucks, after it came back down, kind of like what it did over here, how it curled back up. It did the same thing here, and it broke that high. It broke this new high that it made. I could have gotten into it again right here and gotten into it at what, like 51 and a half, 51.50, and now it's at 58.35 and making new highs. Heck, you can probably even get into it right now. But it's so close to the end of the day. There's only 10 minutes left to go to the end of the day. And do you really want to hold this overnight? I wouldn't. But wow, I got a decent chunk of the move, but oh well, that's just what happens. But maybe I should have sold half, then kept the other half at break even. Yeah, who knows? Stuff like that doesn't happen all the time. I just saw that it had good momentum, had good news. The float was real low, so it's the stock would move pretty easily, even though it is a higher price stock. Sometimes the float's relative to how much the shares are a piece. Like if it's a low float, that's only like $2 stock, it's going to move pretty easily. But if it's a low float and higher price stock, it's not going to move as easily. But yeah, you see, let's see. Yeah, it just bounced off this area that I got out at and just went higher. And as soon as it broke this again, it just had momentum because people saw that maybe like people that saw that it broke this level so cleanly, then they saw that it was getting ready to break again. They were into it, like the buy stop order, just like I did, on this entry. They did it here because they knew there was, it was going to break through cleanly and there was going to be follow through. And sometimes you'll see that a lot with stocks that start making clean breakouts and that re-breakout again. Sometimes they get cleaner and cleaner until it, eventually, it can't keep going on forever. But as long as people keep having faith in it, in the certain setups or whatever, they're gonna keep buying into it. So yeah, I made $269 on this stock with 100 shares. I don't know what percentage that is exactly. Maybe like 5% maybe or something. I don't know. Which is pretty good, but it's making new highs again. Oh my God, look at this. It's still making new highs. It just keeps going up. And I got out down here. I still made good money, but it's like, see, when you see the potential in the stock market, it's mind-boggling. But the losses are also, can be, crazy too. That's not everyone can be a stock market millionaire, I guess. You just can't treat it like gambling. But yesterday, it just keeps. Oh my gosh, this is hard to watch. This is really hard to watch. I mean, I'd have made way over $1,000 by now. But woulda, coulda, shoulda. Whatever. Anyways, I'll go to my next stock. It was Btbt. It was a similar kind of setup, kind of closer to the end of the day. Yeah, this wasn't definitely not as clean as the one was today. I was looking for something similar, but it wasn't like a daily high breakout. It was more like a daily resistance level breakout. Like if it bounced here, bounced here, bounced here, short sellers gonna be like, I'm gonna short it and it's gonna keep going down because there's a resistance level at 1082. So I did a buy stop order at 1083 to break this level right here. To break this level. Even though there was all this congestion right here, and I was really worried about that. I mean, and the VWAP starting to, curl down, but then it's starting to curl back up. It's starting to curl back up. If you see it's curling down, but then it's starting to curl back up. I'm like, well, it could break out, but if it doesn't show strong follow through right off the rip, I'm getting out. Because this is one of those stocks that can move like few percentages in a minute easily. So I got in buy stop order again at on this I got in on this candle. I got it at the price of 1083. It started slamming back down. I got out at 1078. So I lost 21 bucks on this. I had 400 shares of this stock, over $4,000 worth or whatever. But yeah, I mean, if it was gonna work, it was gonna work immediately, and it didn't work immediately, and so I got out. Let me show you some examples of when it did work. And the reason why I actually got into it, when I did yesterday. If you just watch this stock, it's extremely volatile. Like the day before, look at this beautiful follow through. I mean, it just breaks out and it just keeps going higher, and you can really make a lot of money on this. But you know, if you start to lose, and you see how this is kind of similar, like gonna break out, no, it failed. Then it, you know, sloshed around here a little bit, kind of tried to trick people. It's like, I'm not messing with that. It didn't break out. I sold it. So see how small that that loss is. How tight my stop was. It's very tight. You can't be hoping when you're trading in this game. You can't have hope. It's got to be like, either I'm right or I'm wrong. You know, if you're wrong, you're gonna know right away, because you got to think like 90% of trading stocks is all psychological. I'm not the only one that can see these patterns. Other people can see them too. I'm not any smarter, no special, more special than anyone else. And people look for these setups, and this isn't a great setup, but the stock moves so rapidly, and the float's so low. I mean, once it gets going pretty fast. But other people are going to be doing the same thing as me. They're going to be doing that, you know, buy stop order above certain level, and if it doesn't follow through, what are they going to be doing? They're going to be doing the same thing as me. They're going to be selling it. If it's not showing follow through, they're going to be selling it. So why should you even hold on to something that's why would you want to be the last person to sell it? It's going to work. It's going to work right away. Other people are following the same setups, and if it, you know, like the trade I got in today. You know, people had faith in it. People had faith when it broke this area. Then people had faith when it broke this area. I mean, you can't be holding and hoping. It's when you start hoping, that's when you're gonna lose out a lot. But I did lose out a lot on, you know, unrealized gains right here. Look at that. Oh my gosh, it moved up like $7 from when I got out. $7, and I'm multiplying that by how many shares I had. I only had 100 shares. I should have gotten 200 shares, but I didn't. I've been trading kind of smaller because I haven't been as accurate as I would have liked to be. So, and whenever I do breakout trading, sometimes the markets, you know, when you try to buy a breakout, they'll all fail. And usually certain days, most of the, you know, stocks will fail on the breakouts, and it just depends on what the market conditions, you know, hold. Yeah, I made $269 today, and I lost $21 yesterday. So just got to make sure your gains are bigger than your losses. But anyways, hope you guys like my video. See ya.